In this episode, you'll discover how to streamline your workouts in order to maximize time on the water.
Feel the grip of the oar handle, smooth yet firm in your hands. Taste the salt of your own sweat and the occasional splash of water. It's all part of the journey. Welcome to another episode of Faster Masters Rowing Radio. Each week, our host, Masters rowing coach Rebecca Caro, dives deep into the world of Masters rowing. Whether you're on the water or in the gym, join us to become a faster master. Let's go rowing.
Hello, everybody, and it's good to be back again. Today, I want to paint a picture for you. What's it like arriving at your boathouse? Imagine yourself parking in the car park, walking through the front door. What do you see? What do you hear? What's it like looking at your arrival with fresh eyes? Is there clear signage? Is it clean? Is it nicely laid out? Does there appear to be order in the chaos and madness of what's happening inside the boat bays? Are people milling around mindlessly like headless chickens, asking, what should I do? Who's doing what? Are the lineups clear? Is your equipment ready or not ready? What about the coach boat and petrol or gas? Where's the cox box, the life jacket? What do you need to do before you can safely get on the water and go rowing? Time ticks on. And for many masters, particularly midweek rows, they're tight for time. Masters are busy people. They frequently have other commitments. And so anything we can do to streamline the necessary tasks and actions that have to happen before you actually step foot in a boat, the more time you get to be on the water for your practice, for your workout. So what are the things that you can do to be prepared and to make yourself, as a good student of the sport, make yourself ready for practice? Let's start the night before. Can you get out all your clothing, your kit, your gear? Can you know what your arrival time should be and hence your departure time from your home? And consequently, list all the things you need to do before you depart your home, whether it means eating and brushing your teeth and getting dressed and not lying in bed and hitting snooze for another 5 minutes. What's the weather likely to be the next day? Does that affect traffic between your home and the boat club? Check your training program. What's the workout you're going to do? Who's the crew you're going to be rowing with? What boat and oars are you going to be using? Make sure that you've got all the other bits and pieces ready, like your stroke coach or your crew nerd and other things. If you need gloves, if you need a cap, if you need a rain jacket, make sure you've got all of these ready. Plus the clothes you're going to change into after you shower and before you go on. There have been some interesting errors that I've made in recent weeks in that department. When you arrive at the boathouse, arrive in enough time to get everything ready. We are very clear about the time of the outing, or practice as you call it in North America, is the time that our boat is pushing off from the pontoon, from the dock. It's not the time to be walking in the front door. So we arrive earlier than practice time so that we can start promptly. And the reason we do that mostly is because we have to finish promptly, because there are people who have to leave in order to get to their work and their other responsibilities. So when you arrive, start by knowing what needs to be done. And whether you're rowing in your single scull or you're rowing in a crew boat, you can together work out what needs to be done and use your eyes and ears and speak to people and find out what remains to be done. So first, get as much equipment out on the dock as you can so that when you leave the boathouse carrying your boat, you've got the minimum to do and nobody has to go back into the boathouse because they forgot something. So your water bottle, your oars, your stroke coach, any personal flotation devices, life jackets, if you need a light on your boat, if you need a cox box or amplifier, get all of these out and put them on the pontoon. We prefer to put things at the back of the pontoon, closest to the land, so that people can walk in front of them and don't have to step over them, so they're not trip hazards when crews are trying to get their boats on the water. Sign out in the safety register. Most boathouses have some form of written record of who is on the water at any one time. Ours includes the names of the crew, the name of the boat, the circulation that you're going to be doing, i.e. what direction you're going to be rowing in, and the time that you hit the water. Say hello. Be nice to people. Welcome your crewmates. Say hello to the coach. Say hi to other people who happen to be in the boathouse at the same time. Then in your crew, agree the seating order. Make sure that you know together what the circulation plan on the river or lake is going to be. Know who's steering. Know who's doing the calls. Know what workout you're going to be doing and when you're going to start it, how long the warm-up is, how many repeats of whatever the thing is that you're doing, you're planning on doing. It's also important to agree a focus point for the outing. Something might be technical, it might be the amount of endeavor you put in, hard work, heart rate zones, things like that, so that you all have a common focus. And of course, if you're a regular crew, you might say, well, last time we did this, let's build on that, or let's move on to something else, so that you all know what you're going to be focusing on. It's also important to know which other boats are out on the water. Hazards are important to know about, and some are fixed, like buoys, buoys, bits of land, jetties that stick out, but also other water users. Who are they? Where are they likely to be going? Are there any potential clashes in your chosen circulation plan and your other crewmates' circulation plan? Now, then you get into the boat. And when you are actually on the water, you then need to know about diverging from the plan. When should you or might you choose to do something different than what you've written in the safety log and that you've already agreed between yourselves at the beginning of the outing? How to decide? Generally, for me, it's weather conditions are the things that determine diverging from the plan. It might also be that you've run out of time to do the full practice that you had hoped to do, at which point, how do you cut it down? What do you cut down? Do you cut down the repeats? Do you cut down the rest? Do you cut down the amount of distance that you're going to row? Do you turn early? Maybe you're on a lake or a river that has stream and the stream is running fast. So you know that you've got to go against the stream to get back to the boathouse. You might turn early because you realize that it's going to take you longer to get back because the water flow is higher. So how do you decide that? When do you decide that? And then together, how do you decide what you're going to do? On our lake, we have different circulations depending on wind direction because we like to try and stay in the wind shadow. How do you work out when conditions are getting a little bit rough, the waves are higher, and what do you do based on where you are in the lake that is safe and that will get your crew back to rowing in water that you can manage skillfully and that won't cause you any distress or damage the equipment or cause an incident to happen? And then knowing what the other people on the water are. Can you look around? Can you see the other crews? Do they appear to be making the same decisions that you're making? And if they aren't, where are the potential areas that your crew might go across their planned route? So these are things that you can learn in discussion with people who are experienced users of the water, people who row regularly in the same place. Get to know what happens when something happens, when the tide changes, when the wind gets up, when it rains, when something happens that changes the safety plan you had at the beginning of the outing, and they know what to do. So if there's a squall, they might say, you can go and, go down a little backwater and you'll be safe. You won't be able to, get out of the boat, but you'll be protected from the wind or the rain or whatever it is. So talking to other people who are experienced will help you to have a couple of kind of tactical strategies up your sleeve that you can put into place should you need to. When I learned sailing as a child, the sailing school had the motto, remember, the sea is safe until you forget that it isn't. And that is a really good motto for all of us who row on open waters. So get yourself ready for practice and enjoy that additional time on the water. Till next time.
We are part of the Rowing Chat Podcast Network. Please tell your fellow rowers about the show. If you've learned just one helpful thing from today's episode, please consider supporting the show for as little as $1 per month by visiting fastermastersrowing.com/podcast.